click, click, click. Hello everyone, and welcome to Maxims Bakery and Restaurant here in Chinatown, Vancouver, and welcome to Chinatown Confessions. Today, it is a Monday, but this series of videos, the episodes aren't going to be chronological. They're going to be wherever they're going to be. Because it's a Monday, I'm preparing for the week, and so I have all my notes. I always talk about having my plotter organizers, and I actually do work off of two of them. I have my little mini plotter here, which is also, it works as my wallet, and this is always with me because sometimes you just have an idea you need to jot down very quickly, or you have like a shopping list or something. You don't want to be digging into your bag just to get something like this, but this, I usually work off of it as a monthly to quickly see what's coming up and what I need to organize for. And then I have my larger plotter here. This is called the Bible size, and to me this is the perfect size to carry around, put it in your bag. And this thing, like right now what I'm working on is, if you've noticed, is that I've been posting a video a day, every day this month, not because it's some sort of challenge to myself. I mean, it is a challenge, but not in the way that you think. I was sort of inspired by Job's journal. So, hey Job, how's it going? He started posting daily, and his videos are kind of long-ish, and I mean that in a good way. The amount of production value in his long format voiceover videos where he kind of documents his whole day, where for me, I sit here and talk for 15 minutes, and that's that, and I add some B-roll into it. But other than that, I don't put that much thought into these videos other than just a quick idea of what I think I want to talk about. When I started doing this, I realized I had 19 videos shot and sitting on a hard drive. And every year I tend to end up that way. At least 19, sometimes even up to 30 videos that I shot throughout the year, and then by the end of the year, I'm like, you know what, let's just start from scratch and start all over again, other than if I had some kind of obligation. And so I thought this year, you know what, forget it. There's, so many days left. I think it was at the time 17 days left. And I'm like, I'm going to post a video a day, at least a video a day, if not more, until the end of the year to finish up as many videos as I can. And that's kind of, and seeing Job doing what he was doing, I thought, you know what, if Job can do it, Taka can do it. So that's why I've started this. And so these are new videos I'm adding on top of the 19. But I thought that Chinatown Confessions is kind of a quick, easy way of getting content. It's free form. I'm just stream of consciousness, and I do this anyways, either like on paper, I just write down my thoughts or ideas, or I will just basically phone up people. Oftentimes, many of my friends and colleagues know, I'll just phone them while I'm driving, and we talk for 15-20 minutes, and I just kind of dump stuff out of my brain, and I let them dump their stuff out of their brain as well. And other times I would have people sit here and we would have lunch together, and same thing, we just kind of talk about things. I would just unload a lot of the things I've been thinking about, but then in the end never create any content with it. And so this is a great outlet for me to be able to dump ideas that's in my head and out to you. But I thought I would explain why I'm creating so much content, and I don't know exactly when this video will be created, but there are some bigger videos. I'm really like the Leica watch, the ZM11. I talked for I think almost 40 minutes in that video. I want to cut it down to maybe 25-30 minutes about why watches. You guys probably noticed I'm wearing two watches all the time. This is the COOPH 30 from Momentum, based on the Chronosport COOPH 30 from the 1970s. It was the original, the Magnum PI watch that was worn the first, I think, 3 seasons. And this is the TRN50, I think. It's the Casio 50th anniversary watch. I really like it. But I wear two watches. To me, photography and watches, they're all about timing, right? Split second, long exposure, shutter speeds, all about precise timing. And in the old days, when everything was mechanical, cameras and watches were built basically the same in that it's like springs, gears, and levers, right? And you need precise timing. And also they're beautiful objects. Here's the Nikon 35 Ti. The top dial was made by Seiko Epson, which you guys know Seiko, one of the largest watch manufacturers in the world, one of the most vertically integrated watch brands in the world. And they collaborated with Nikon to create this top dial for them that looks basically like the dial of a watch. And so there's lots of connections between horology as well as photography. And to me, also journaling. Journaling is about writing down history. It's about documenting. Timing is about documenting. Photography is about documenting. So there's kind of a connection between all the things that I loved while growing up. Even music is all about communicating something, right? It's about self-expression. Same as photography, same as writing, self-expression, communication. And so I'm starting to see all these connections, and I need to dump these ideas out on paper, out on video, even if I never share it. And so again, I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to share some of the things I'm thinking about. And as the year comes to an end, I really want to get as many of these videos out. This year is the 70th anniversary of the Leica M mount. This is the M10R with the 50 Armour. And oh yeah, I'm going to show you something. There's a couple sitting right there. You're probably wondering, why is this crazy guy taking off his shirt? But I want to show you something. Look at this. This is let me move this out of the way. This is it's called the Armour, I think, shirt. So right here, only the nerds will know what lens design this is, but it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 element design. And Leica sent this to me. Thank you, Leica Global, for sending this to me. I got a nice little care package from them, but I really like the shirt. And in the back, there's actually a little pocket, like a hidden pocket on the outside that you can put maybe like a lens filter or lens cap or something. But beautiful shirt. Thank you so much for sending this to me, Carol. I really, really like this shirt, even though it has to be temporarily hidden underneath. Let me just button up here. I felt a little bit like Superman doing that, but knowing that this is underneath, and that's another connection between all the things I love is also fashion. The idea that you dress in a way that you feel. And so again, the way you dress is a form of communication to others, right? Self-expression. And again, same with photography. I'm trying to communicate my thoughts and ideas and my personality, my belief systems, my emotional state, projected all through some kind of medium, which is through my pictures. So usually when you look at my photos, it'll give you a good idea of what state of mind I'm in. And same with writing and same with music. It's all kind of a state of mind and a form of self-expression. And all that kind of comes together. So having, everything that I wear, I have a story behind each shirt, every pair of socks. I love socks. I have a huge, it seems very nerdy, but I have a huge sock collection. If I can find the photo, I'll embed it. But I had this one time I reached out to Darn Tough, which is my favorite sock company. I reached out to them. They sent me a whole bunch of socks. I love merino wool socks. I love cotton socks as well, but merino wool, especially in the winter, is the way to go. But now I'm just rambling. Quickly, a couple of things. Orbit Key sent these things out. I like this is they have a pencil case, which this is, as well as like a dop kit. I like it because it stands on its own. So when I will embed a picture showing you how I set up here, but just having a pencil case that can stand up on its own. And here I have all my pens and pencils, my toothbrush that I use. I always mention for product photography, because when I take pictures, I want to make sure my camera is clean. As well, I have this Olight flashlight. This is going to end up becoming what's in my bag. Just a multi-tool. You always need a multi-tool with you. You never know when you need to fix or repair something when you're out and about. But I like the fact that this stands up. Anyways, Orbit Key sent me a whole bunch of other things. I will show you a little bit later. When I come here, I'm here to organize my life. I'm here to, prepare for the next week and the weeks to come. But I also think about like a photo project. I wanted to compare doing product photography using the SL2 and the 24 Sigma lens. I really think Leica should make a 24 Summicron for the L mount. Even with the M mount, Leica makes a 24, but it's not that common. 24 is an unusual focal length for M mount, but for SL, I think a 24 f2 or Summicron would be fantastic. But for now, I'm using the Sigma, and also the fact that the Delux 8 also starts at 24. And I did some pictures. I'll probably embed it where I showed my desk setup, where I shot product photography with the SL2, with the Sigma here, and then with the Delux, and then I think I did one with the iPhone, just to show, for myself, as well as to share with you guys what the advantage and disadvantage of using these different types of cameras. The iPhone advantage is it's light, compact, easy to share, reasonably deep depth of field, but over the years they've been making the aperture brighter and brighter, which for most people they prefer, but I actually don't like it, because the thing I used to like about the old f2.8, f2.2 Apple iPhone lenses is that it had quite a bit of deep depth of field, equivalent to about like an f16 or f19 on a full frame. So doing product photography, everything was in focus. And now that they've gone shallow depth of field, I find that I don't get enough things in focus for myself. So one suggestion I have, because I know Tim Apple is watching, is that I would love to have an iPhone with variable aperture, like a mechanical aperture, not like a fake bokeh. For those that need more things in focus, imagine being able to stop down your iPhone. It's a super obscure feature, and I know most people won't want it, but I think videographers would like it, and product photographers like myself would love an iPhone that actually stopped down to, like, in an iPhone level, maybe like an F4, but on full frame, it'll be probably like an F22 or an F28 and get crazy, crazy deep depth of field. And so that's the disadvantage of using an iPhone. Using the Delux 8, the advantage obviously is that it has a zoom lens, it has really good macro capabilities, it has variable aperture, so it's a micro four thirds sensor. You can still get okay bokeh, not like a full frame camera, but you get okay bokeh, especially when you get really close to your subject. But you have the versatility of a zoom lens and variable aperture, so I can shoot at 24mm wide and then stop down the f8 and have a lot in focus, versus the same shot with a camera like this, I have to stop down like f22 or even more to get the equivalent depth of field that I would get on the Delux 8. The disadvantage of Delux 8 is it is only a 17 megapixel sensor, but for, tabletop, impromptu, restaurant product photography, I'm not doing this for some magazine or some client. It's for myself, so good enough for me. Oh, and another thing as well is that the selector switch for the different aspect ratios, where this actually affects the raw file. So you're shooting 4:3 aspect ratio, your digital negative is going to be 4:3, and when you shoot 16:9, you're actually getting a wider shot with the Delux 8, and that's been since the Delux 4 or the LX3 in the Panasonic equivalent. And so lots of reasons why I like shooting with the Delux 8, but you get really smooth, beautiful image quality when you use the SL2, and really easy to crop in. So even if I only have a 24mm prime and the shot is too wide, I know, well, no big deal, I'll just crop in. I even have this camera set so that this thumb button here is actually, it'll crop into APS-C mode, which from 47 drops to like, I think 22 or something like that megapixels. It's still more than the Delux 8. And so one thing about the SL2 is you could crop in for miles and still have a really high resolution image. So that's the other advantage. So that's what I was testing here before lunch came, and now I've had my lunch and then scheduling my videos. There's what did I write down here? How many days left? Today's a Monday. And so let's see here. All right, so I have videos for Monday and then Tuesday and Wednesday. It's already uploaded onto YouTube and they're ready to rock the Casbah. So I don't have a video finished and uploaded for December 19th, which is a Thursday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 13 more days left to upload. And I think I still need to produce maybe 19 videos. I wrote there new videos to shoot. Light Lens Lab 28mm 9 element. I need to actually shoot that video. And then the Delux 8 long-term review, shooting review while I had it in Italy. And then the SL2 with the Light Lens Lab helicoid. I've talked about it in a lot of videos, but I actually haven't shot the video talking about the value of having the SL2 with the Light Lens Lab helicoid adapter for M mount. So having M mount. Today I decided to go with actual L mount lenses. It's still raining outside. It's nice to have autofocus. I also brought the 35 Summicron lens with me. So today's an SL autofocus day. But I do have the M10R. So if the weather gets a little bit better. I love this 50 here, the collapsible, the 50 Elmar M. So this is the reissue. It's not the original Elmar. I know John Seipel of Tokyo Camera Style. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who John is. We've been friends for years on social media, but the first time we met was at Leica in 2022 when they relaunched the M6, the new M6, and John was one of the photographers that got to test it early, and he said that this 50 Elmar is his favorite. It's become one of my favorites as well because like John, I want more things in focus. When you're doing street photography, you want deep depth of field. And so to have this on the street, I'm still stopped down to like f8 anyways. I'm guessing John is also probably at f8 with his 50 Armour. So it's light, it's compact. When you're not using it, you can flatten it down. And when you are using it, it's still reasonably compact and light. Looks beautiful as well. And so I will be shooting with this if the weather isn't too bad outside. If not, then I'll just stick to the SL2. And so I think that's all I have to talk about on here. It shows, wow, I've been talking for 19 minutes. That's a long time. And also, not every video that I shoot here is going to be a Chinatown Confessions. I have shot, I think, the M11P my final thoughts video here as well, because as I mentioned before, I had moved throughout the summer. I moved physically, like my home, and I also moved my studio at the same time. So from as soon as I got back from Italy in July up until like October, I was busy like moving my studio as well as moving my home. So I was kind of homeless in terms of like a video home, and I was shooting videos, if you notice, like up in a park or outside, and here in Maxims Bakery and Restaurant here in Chinatown, Vancouver. So I do have some videos that I shot here that won't be Chinatown Confessions, and moving forward the same. Sometimes I'll shoot a video here and it's not a Chinatown Confessions video. That's it. We'll talk to you soon. We'll end off again with the SL2, and this is from Camera West. Thank you, Ben, for the long-term loan on this camera. So we'll talk to you soon, and oh, it's not even on. All right, we'll talk to you soon, and happy shooting. Click, click, click. Peace.